I've got this illustration here with this bowl sit on this table. I don't know if you can tell what's in here, but these are yellow M&Ms. And these have come to represent for us something very important in the role and time of the week and year of your child. And this 40 M&Ms represents, on average, the average child who attends Dulles attends 40 weeks out of the year. Most of the Sundays. So we've taken 12 out because that's the way it basically averages out. About once a month missed, especially in holiday seasons and things like that. 40 weeks or 40 hours that Planet Faith and Echo and our student ministries director and our small group leaders and our travel guides on Sunday mornings get with our children. A lot of us bank a whole lot on these 40 hours. And they're very important, and I'll get to some of the importance of this. If some of you maybe aren't taking Planet Faith and Echo seriously enough, and I want to tell you, maybe you need to say no to some other activities so your child can be influenced by small group leaders who love them and are walking with them on Sunday mornings and encouraging them even throughout the week in their spirituality, in their pursuit to know Christ and who Christ is. It's very important. But some of us have put so much stock in what can happen in these 40 hours. Now, do you want to hear the bad news? Here's the bad news. There's been research done just in the last couple of years for many churches, just like ours, around the country. This is what the research shows. When parents look to the church to be the primary virtue instillers or value instillers or character builders of their children, it does not matter. This is specifically what the research shows. It does not matter how impactful, how well produced, how mature or well spoken the student ministries director is, the youth pastors, the youth leaders and mentors, the children's program. It doesn't matter how well the curriculum is put together. 85% of our children who are raised in church and in children's and youth programs leave their faith and walk away from their faith in the college years. 85%. When parents say, I want my church to teach the virtues and values that I hope my child can become someday. Wow, now that's a little discouraging. But here's the good news. God has given us real hope. A lot of people think their home is too dysfunctional, or you've blown it, or you've been married before, there's a blended family. I've heard it all. I've seen it. There's so many conversations about this. I just can't do it. They see me as too weak or too human. I've got my own junk I'm trying to deal with. I want to tell you, you can do this. God does not leave you alone, and He has given us the church to help us. But mom and dad, regardless of what you've thought before coming into this service, you are the single greatest influence in the life of your child. Now let's compare. I want to compare this bowl and this glass. The yellow represents the influence of the church, the influence of Echo, the influence of Planet Faith in your child's life in those 40 hours a year. We, mom and dad, get so many more quality hours in a year. You can't even compare the hours. Now, this is what people are going to argue. They're going to say, yeah, but Brad, I don't homeschool my kids. I don't have the time. Both parents work in my home. Both parents work. We don't have the kind of hours you're talking about. This is what the research shows. It's very specific. A mom and dad who both work, they don't homeschool, their child goes to public school, and accounting for 8 hours of sleep a night for the family, have at least 3,000 quality conversational hours a year with their children, compared to the 40 hours we get here at Dulles with your child. At some point we have to say, okay, maybe the primary model and